So you love collecting, but not everyone is as enthused about it. Despite doing what you love, this hobby is easy to open yourself up to a bunch of criticism from time to time. But how do you handle that criticism, and what can you do if you don't know how? Well, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to handle criticism, a very important topic. But before we get into that, I did want to share with you my Christmas list. And the only thing on my list is getting you as a subscriber. Yes, I'd love to get as close to 5,000 as we can before the end of the year. So let's get into our topic for today, Handling Critics 101. Now, during this time and season, it's a very emotionally charged and sometimes an emotionally driven time of year. The days are shorter, the nights are long, and quite frankly, we have a lot of time to sit and reflect. Our minds can be a dangerous place sometimes, and sometimes our minds come up with silly ideas. What I'm trying to say is that during the holidays, despite the lights and festivities, it's very easy to get depressed and sad. And with that, we often take inventory of ourselves. Now, personal inventory is actually a good thing. There's nothing wrong with stopping to take a look and to see what you can improve and figure out ways to be a better person. Where the problem lies is when we get in our own head and we start thinking too critically about ourselves and thinking about who we are and what makes us who we are that doesn't matter, or that who we are isn't good enough for others. You may hear the classic line like, "You're too old to be playing with toys," or the ever so clever, "nice dolls." Whatever you hear, or whenever you hear it, it doesn't negate the fact that it does hurt to be criticized over something that we like. It's very easy to take a critical attack as an attack on you and who you are, because for most of us, our collections are a part of who we are. As I've said it before, that I was miserable at points in my life when I was told by someone that I was in a relationship with, someone I shared my life with, is that I wasn't allowed to collect and that they were embarrassed of my collecting and my hobbies. That certainly hurt. And I had to hide and mask who I really was, but the saddest part was not seeing how wrong that person was for me. But this isn't a video about dating or couple goals, but let me just say that if you are with someone who doesn't support you for you, you may want to reevaluate on whether that person is right for you. Those who do love you for everything about you, collecting and all. Now, of course, despite everything you say or do, there are going to be those miserable souls out there who just don't get it, and that's fine. But for a majority of critics out there, here are 4 ways to handle criticism in collecting. Number 1 is don't apologize. You should never get in the habit of saying, "I'm sorry," for simply for being you. Some of the best advice I ever received was from a mentor of mine telling me to stop apologizing and saying sorry out of habit. I would catch myself literally saying sorry for no reason or as a segue in a conversation. Whenever I would do that, this person would say, "What are you sorry for? Why are you apologizing, and what did you do wrong?" So saying sorry for collecting is silly because you were doing nothing wrong. You're just doing something that you enjoy. And if that isn't hurting or disrupting anything, you certainly should not be apologizing. Number 2 is don't hide, but instead openly share. Now we're going to do a little bit of an exercise for this one. Think about the 5 people that are closest to you in your life. Do they know you, or have they seen your collection? I hope you answered yes, because those that know you best should know that you are a collector. If not, why don't they know? Are you embarrassed? Are you afraid they'll be critical? Well, let's stop for a second. These are supposed to be the 5 closest people to you. Why would those who are the closest to you be critical? Shouldn't they be the most understanding? Shouldn't they, of all people, really understand what makes you you? What I'm trying to get at is that you need to get in the habit and be comfortable sharing this part of yourself with others. If you can do it with those people that are closest to you, you should be able to do it with more people. As I said before, that whenever we have friends or parties over at our house, I'm always so excited for people to come upstairs and see what is new in the collection. People actually come over and bring people to see my collection because they too think that it's cool. And do you know why people think that it's cool? It's because of number 3. Number 3 is owning it. Everyone has, or at least should, have a hobby. It's something that helps us relax. It brings us joy and it reflects a little bit of who we are. Some people choose to play a sport. Maybe it's golf. Maybe it's a sports league. Getting outside and doing something. Regardless, those sports cost money. Some people like to go downtown, listen to live music, have a few drinks, and dinner with friends. But at the end of the day, that costs money. The point I'm trying to make is that people choose to spend their money on what makes them happy. If building a collection and buying action figures makes you happy, if that's what you want to spend your money on, then so be it. As long as your responsibilities and your bills are met, no one should ever be critical of how you spend your money. You're not sitting at the bar whenever someone orders another one and saying, "Wow, Fred, another one? Shouldn't you be saying no?" And you know what? No one should be saying no to you either about your collecting. As I said at the start, carrying yourself with confidence and openly sharing that you're a collector goes a long way. From the way that you talk, from the way that you dress, anything done with confidence is a game changer. And confidence can be infectious. I actually chose this very cup for a reason. It's a cup from Disney World, and upon first glance, it kind of looks pretty silly. But this is the cup that I use every day at work to my job, and everyone sees that and knows that I'm a big kid at heart, and I own that. Just this week, we had a virtual Secret Santa party, and I hosted it at my side right here in this very toy room. And as soon as everyone came on and the company sees everything, they immediately start asking questions, and I confidently give them those answers. Let me just stress once again, carrying yourself with confidence is the key. And finally, surround yourself with like-minded collectors. I'll be honest, sometimes not just collecting, but in this world in general, it can be pretty lonely out there. During these times, it's never as important as it is right now to lean on each other. That's why I also want to hype a Facebook page called A Place for Collecting. It's a community of like-minded collectors with no negativity or criticism, and it just embraces the goodness of all things plastic. Feel free to check it out and join others that want to be unified together in this collecting world. There's no collection too small or no question too silly to ask. We're all here for each other. Just remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together, unified by our equal passions of collecting, and that's a pretty cool thing. Well, that's going to do it for us here today. But now it's your turn to let me know down below. Let me know your favorite part of collecting. Also, if you've ever encountered any criticism and have some other tips that may not have been mentioned, be sure to leave them down below as well. We have 2 more videos to end this year, one being the collection room, the holiday special, as well as my top 10 figures of 2022. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already. Leave me a like on this video, share this video with someone else in the community. And as always, happy collecting, happy holidays, and I'll be seeing you in our next video.